valuable first step for Matthew and Mike here today? Not a first step, they've been going at it, but at least a big step.
Yeah, to integrate them into all parts of our practice. As far as I know, they've both been cleared for full contact in practice. And, you know, Matthew does want to get bumped around to see how he reacts, and Brownie's getting closer. I can't predict when either one will be ready or available for. I was hoping to, you know, an exhibition game or something like that. I'm not really sure, although it's still a possibility. So we'll just wait. They just keep preparing. Their mindset's also to, you know, we don't play. We've got our last exhibition game Saturday, then we don't play till Thursday. So that's plenty of time right now. It's another 10 days or so to get ready.
The guys who've impressed and on the so-called proverbial bubble, you've got 3 games. I assume they're going to get to see some play this week and maybe make your decision tougher or easier?
Yeah, but I'm also, we've got a couple minor little injuries, so to change our lineup tomorrow night. Not serious enough to keep you out of practice, but you want to protect some of these guys from game situations. So, yeah, there'd be some different people playing, and but I told our team today is we only have 3 exhibition games. We've got 28 guys here. Part of my responsibility is get the guys who I foresee being on our team ready. And so practice is equally as important to me right now as our games. And the practice, not only showing us what you can do, what you can pay attention to, the different concepts that we're talking about right now that are different from last year, and to be able to work on things that we haven't liked in some of our exhibition games. But, you know, in fairness to our team, we've been together a week. Today's like the 8th or 9th day, and this is the first time that we've really had a practice as a group. Mm-hmm. It's not like Grabowski and Connolly haven't been on the ice together yet, and today they were. So that kind of stuff. It's nice now until the season starts that down to a manageable number and one group practices and they all hear the same message.
Good problems for you. I mean, there's obviously a lot of competition, but Lombardi possibly coming back is another good problem for you. What does he bring?
Oh, he brings speed, obviously some experience, and he has scored in the past, but number one thing is more speed up front. He doesn't bring size, but he brings speed, and any coach will tell you the more speed you have, the quicker you can play, the more times we can be on the attack, and he's shown that in the practices. Now we have to see, you know, when it gets physical out there, if he can still handle that, and that's the big test for him in the next week or so.
No one could have predicted that when he was brought over here, but he has climbed the ladder pretty good here. It must feel good to see him out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're hearing positive things come out of Pittsburgh as well, with Crosby in a controlled scrimmage yesterday. Perron in St. Louis is back after 10 months. So if you're patient and with these players, they'll make a recovery. You just don't know how long it's going to be.
What's the challenge for Keith in repeating what he did last year?
Well, to repeat what he's doing is to keep himself grounded, work hard every day, and don't take anything for granted, because it's very competitive right now. Last year, at the end, we weren't very deep on the back end, and he was able to get in there and play well. Now you have to see, can you play well when there's a little bit of competition and pressure from other people?
Is he in that fight with some of those other guys?
Oh, for sure he is, yeah. Yeah, he is. He's in a fight, yeah.
Ron, with younger players, do you think guys develop better in a partial role in the NHL or in a feature role down in the AHL?
It depends on the individual. That's case by case. Some players need to play more. A player who's a highly skilled potential first or second liner, I don't think it's smart to play on a fourth line myself. And when your job is offense and you're not being put in that position, it's hard to maintain your confidence. But if you're trying to round a guy out a little bit, where playing in the minors isn't going to make him any better offensively, playing in a role where you're forced to be a little more conscientious defensively is not a bad idea either. Depends on the physical and more than anything the mental maturity of the player.
I know it's hard.
For defensemen versus forwards? Do defensemen need a little more time or benefit more from
Usually,
being
yeah.
down there?
But, to be honest with you, sometimes it's easier to play in the NHL on defense than it is in the minors. Can be sometimes really chaotic for a defenseman. The forechecks aren't as good. The defensive support isn't nearly as good as you get in the NHL. Playing with an NHL defenseman, everything, if he's a good, solid veteran, can really calm a young guy down and help him out a lot.
I know with concussions it's always so hard to tell, but do you have plans if everything goes well to hopefully get Lombardi in a preseason?
I would. If he's cleared by the doctors, he would definitely play, but he hasn't been given that clearance yet.
And what would that mean for him and for the coaching staff to see him in an exhibition game?
Well, he wants to play, and it's just a further step in his comeback here. He hasn't played in 11 months, I guess it would be now, and I think he's chomping at the bit right now to get in there. But we're not going to put him in until the doctors say he's 100%.
Would it be somewhere where he could be a winger or center, or is it just the best fit for the situation you have?
When a guy hasn't played right now for 11 months, he'd probably have to start, for example, on the fourth line and get, some games in, some minutes in. You don't throw a guy in who's going to be playing 18 or 19 minutes who hasn't played in almost a whole year. So we gradually fit him in, but obviously if he's ready to go, we'll find a spot somewhere in our lineup for him.
Just rotate the goalies final 3 games.
Mm-hmm.